Hello, everybody, and welcome to Thoth Tuesday. We missed Magical Monday. It disappeared really quick. It went bye-bye. So now we're on Thoth Tuesday. There is so much going on out there. I hope everybody has been watching the channels that I recommended you guys tune into because there has been some really good stuff on there. These are the channels that I highly recommend: Rumble and We Know, Santa Surfing, and on YouTube, JWTV. JWTV had a good one today. There has been reports of green things in the sky, and Ghost Ezra on Telegram said the other day that look to the sky for green lasers. And people in Cape Coral, Florida, are reporting this on the news. It's on the news. And they're seeing things scan across their cars at midnight and stuff at night. And just go watch JWTV, 2 words, and he had some really good information. It kind of was an eye opener. And he shows the map of like the smart cities. And as I was talking to me and my husband, we've been talking about this. I started getting downloads, and I feel I looked into smart cities. I really didn't. I've heard of them. I really didn't pay attention to them. Me and my husband are like, what the hell is it? I said, yeah, I think it's AI, mostly AI. And what we noticed with his map, JWTV, he has a map of where the smart cities are going. And if you look at that map, it's the worst cities in the United States. I mean, it is really bad cities like Miami, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, things like that. So what I was getting a download on is the smart cities will unveil the truth behind the corruption and put the truth out into the light. So in other words, these smart cities are for them, not us, because we were told to move out of the big cities when all this stuff went down. I think there was a reason, because they won't be able to get away with anything. So if you have, people that are running things in towns and stuff in these smart cities, they will not be able to get away with anything. And we all know that the truth is going to come out. This is the year of truth. And let's see what else I wrote about that. No, there was something else. Okay, the smart cities will be for them to work for us. That will be our system of checks and balances that will keep our wealth, our protection in balance. So that is a great channeled message that I was getting as I was talking to my husband. And I'm like, don't talk right now. And he's like, what? So he knows to like be quiet because it's nothing personal. It's like I'm getting this channeled message, and that's really what I got. And it made me feel better. I mean, he didn't feel really good about it. He's like, I don't like the smart cities, which I completely agree because they're AI. But if you think about it, like the little banks that are going up everywhere. I don't know if you guys have noticed these little tiny banks going up everywhere. From what I understand, those are going to be wealth management for our gold and silver, our wealth, when this is all over with, because this is a plan. This has always been in the works. That's why we're here. There's reasons why we're all here at the time we're here and why we're coming together when we're coming together. So there is no coincidences. So now I've got some great messages for tonight. And what I do is I do a midnight meditation. I shuffle the cards, I knock on them 3 times to wake them up with the energies. And I shuffle them. And as I shuffle them, they fly out. If they want to be seen, they will come out. If not, they don't want to be seen. I don't just pick out cards and shuffle. I channel messages also with the information that I'm getting. When I'm reading the cards, I don't even know what I'm going to say. It's like, it's not me. It's like something guiding me, because I did go within my heart space. I do have the Christ conscious within my heart. I do believe in everything I'm saying. And I feel that a lot of people have turned away from the Bible. And I get that. But the Bible is a beautiful book to learn off of. But when you're reading anything, whether it's spiritual, biblical, political, anything we read, educational, we have to use our heart space and our conscious mind, our intuition that Source gives us to decipher what the truth and what is fake. Because if we have that within us, we will know right away what is fake and what is not. And that is what we needed all the time. We were just confused about it through the spiritual, the religion. They go all different ways. You've got the Old Testament that has knowledge, but it's kind of scary. And then you have the religious part of, or the spiritual part of it, that is like devil and demonic, and that scares the crap out of people. So they're getting boinged around. They want to believe in our creator, source, God, and when people call it all different things, him or her, whichever it is, I don't think there is no sex. They get confused. In the spiritual part, when I'm reading books, they've got gods and goddesses and this and that freaks people out. I mean, I don't believe in gods. I really don't. I believe that people have power to do things because our co-creator, we are helping co-create when we do good things. But when we're doing evil things, then that's just common sense that that is demonic and that's bad. That has nothing to do with, it's the wee bit of devil inside us all. And it's if we listen to the outer world more than the inner world, and we follow man and not our creator, there's a problem. And we have done that. We want to be Hollywood. We want to be beauty. We want to be Twiggy. We want to be all these things. We worship these singers and these movie stars and everything else. What did we forget? We forgot to put the Christ conscious and God and Mother, the Holy Spirit within, and listen from within, because we were listening to everything on the outside world, the Simon Says world. So, okay, let's get into the cards. I've said everything I needed to say, but go watch some of those. There's some great information, and there's all kinds of stuff coming out right now. Santa Surfer tells all kinds of things coming out. It's very interesting. So let's see where the cards are going to take us to tonight. And I hope everybody's got some warm coffee and cards. Okay, the dreams of Gaia. That is the first one I start to pull out of. And we got the Four of Water. This is confidence, awareness, self-acceptance, forgiving, self-belief, deserving, receptive, and consequences. Letting go of idea of perfection. Now, this is an interesting card because this is telling you to get rid of the ego mind. This is telling you to let go of the idea of perfection, because we are perfection, but we are perfectly flawed. Beautifully, perfectly flawed. You are beautiful. Be aware of weaknesses, but focus on strength. Mistake, an opportunity to learn. Let go of the idea of perfection. Love yourself for who you are. We're really tough on ourselves. We really are, because the world around us is really tough on ourselves. We have grown up in this dystopian world of Twiggies and beautiful people, and they've got to be perfect and just not too heavy and not too skinny and not too pretty but not too ugly. And what is that? Really? I mean, that is the persona of somebody that will never love you for your imperfections, your flaws, and your beauty, because they're looking on the outside and not the inside. So be careful with that. That's dangerous. That's an ego trip. That's narcissism. That's beauty in the eye of the beholder. That's the wrong beauty you're looking at. And I know it's tough because sometimes you look at somebody and think, I would never love them. They're big, or they're too skinny, or they're not pretty enough, or they wouldn't fit in, or and then you have a conversation and they're just like the one, because you had no idea, because you don't judge a book by its cover. There's a lot of that, and that's what this is. I mean, he's got an eye missing, he's got one eye. He's looking at two faces in this. The Four of Water stands before you with quite confidence and awareness. Despite his scared appearance, he sees only beauty when he looks at his reflection. A gentle smile curves his lips as he regards himself with kindness and understanding. He has many weaknesses and during his lifetime has made many mistakes, and yet he chooses to see the lessons he has learned and forgive himself. Instead of holding on to feelings of shame, regret, and guilt, every scar makes him more beautiful, and every mistake presents him the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become wiser. Like all of us, he has many strengths to balance out his weaknesses, and it is these strengths on which he chooses to focus. He believes he is deserving of both love and happiness, and even when life offers an experience that scars, he refuses to allow hurt or disappointment to erode his belief, his self-belief, or his heart, or close his heart. This does not mean that he is blind to his flaws. Rather, he accepts them for what they are, parts of a whole that is imperfect and perfect at the same time. Oh my God, I love that. The Four of Water arrives in your reading to ask whether you look at yourself with less love than you should. Do you see only your flaws and imperfections and feel as if you should apologize for having them instead of seeing them as something that gives you depth and character? Those flaws and scars and imperfections are aspects of your nature that make you truly beautiful. You should shine like the sun if you would accept them and forgive them and allow them to simply be a part of who you are. It is time to let go of the idea that to be perfect is to be without flaw. Stop looking for the perfect relationship, the perfect idea or creation, the perfect career, or the perfect opportunity. Every relationship, every idea or creation, every career path, and every opportunity has flaws, imperfections, and the potential to fail or go awry. Release that perfection is a paradoxical love for those scars, weaknesses, and flaws. Perfection is only achieved in seeing, accepting, and loving the flaws, knowing that they are an undeniable, necessary part of the beautiful, magical whole. The Four of Water comes to ask that you release any feelings of inadequacy or discomfort. You are in the moment, everything you are meant to be, and so much more. Love yourself without condition. We have been getting, ever since that I started teaching, Thoth, the Emerald Tablet, the Halls of Amenti, the Mystery School, the Earth School, what I've been learning. This is what we've been learning. The self. Self is so important, not the ego self, the beautiful, magical whole. Every flaw, every scar that you've ever had tells your story. And every scar is a scar of a warrior. It's someone who carries that scar because they were on the warrior's journey through this life and they got scarred. We're all scarred, but we can overcome it if we stop looking at all the flaws and start looking at the beautiful, magical whole. I love that card. That card is a great start to a beautiful night. And I hope everybody had a magical Monday. And I wish I could have made it, but I just couldn't. And with that card, we got the Three of Wands, which is telling me the three, we know the three, it's the divine. And the 3 is a divine message. So I would advise us to really listen to this message tonight, because when we're working on ourself out there and becoming the beautiful, magical whole with all our scars and flaws, if you didn't have any scars and you didn't have any flaws, I'd think you rode through life on a puffy, lazy cloud because you didn't have anything going on. How can you not have beautiful, magical scars of a warrior that lived through things in life that could tell tales that no one else did, but they survived? That's a warrior. That's a warrior for God, because God's saying, hey, even if I put this in your way to make you stronger, you survived and you took it like a champ. You're a warrior. And that's what that card tells me. And that's what people need to know right now. They need to hear that. The 3 of Wands is motivation. The 3 brings energy and enthusiasm to all your activities, and in love predicts a new relationship and celebration, such as weddings and engagement. This 3 is also a brilliant card for travel and for the arts and sports too, showing a dynamic attitude that gets results. You may find yourself taking an unusual approach to a dilemma or situation, finding ingenious ways to problem solve and get your message across. Think laterally, try new ways to fire your communication and creativity. Fire new ways to think of your creativity. Work with your beautiful, magical flaws, your beautiful, magical whole. That's a perfect message for the start of these cards. And I loved how these cards come out, because I watched them come out and I watched the beauty unfold. I didn't read them. I know pretty much about the cards. I like to read out of the book to get a different perception than I give my perception. And when we got the child with the beautiful, magical whole right there, you know, this is new beginnings. This is innocence. This is magic. It's divine love. It's trust, hope, forgiveness, awareness, potential, anticipation, and dependency. This is the inner child. This is the beauty of the innocence. This is the pure at heart. This is the Christ consciousness within. Look at the pink and the hummingbird. A new beginning, see your potential, heal emotional and psychological wounds. Time to play and laugh, acknowledge your success, delight in the moment, believe in magic. Laughter heals. Turn dreams into reality. Forgive the past. Reconnect with innocent pleasures, but put doubt aside. The child stands confident, taking innocent joy and delight in her connection with the world in which she dwells. She is untouched by fear and full of hope and trust. Despite any hardship, struggle, and harm she has faced, she continues to see only beauty through eyes bright with wonder. She sees the good in all. She is both magic and magical, an innocent soul who believes in happily ever after. I'm getting like choked up on these cards. I literally am thinking of the perfectness within the heart space. If we could look at one another with that perfect, magical wholeness and not judge a book by its cover, could you imagine what the world would be like? I literally feel my heart heavy, because thinking about that would be the most amazing thing, because we'd have this. We'd have the pureness. How about you? Have you become afraid to dream and to follow your dreams? Have you become afraid to make a commitment because you believe you will only be disappointed? Do you move through life with a fear that others will not like you or will reject and abandon you? Have you become old in spirit before your time? When the child appears in a position that presents, she is asking you to consider these questions, and that your knowledge and heal the emotional and psychological hurts that prevent you from taking delight in life. All too often, we hold on to the painful memories and moments instead of remembering those that were full of love, laughter, and delight. We focus on the moments when we felt the most alone and afraid, instead of those when we were surrounded by love and happiness. We see every failure and forget to acknowledge our success. We see only that we have not achieved instead of what we have accomplished. Yes, life has offered you moments of pain, hardship, and suffering, moments that failed to meet expectation. It may have broken your heart, stolen both innocence and joy, or silenced your laughter. Has that pain and disappointment silenced the child within you? Okay, I got to take a minute, guys. This is deep for me too. That is that's deep. You can only imagine something like that. And you know, when you start to imagine it, you see the beauty in it, it goes right to the heart. Imagine seeing everybody laughing and enjoy and at peace and healed. That would be my dream. That'd be my wish. Okay. Okay. Now, okay. I gotta take a minute. Okay. That really hit me deep. I had to pause for a minute and take a break. Um, I'm gonna read back a little bit because I can't remember where I stopped. I had a lot of tears coming out of my eyes at that point. I'm gonna try to hold it together. This is a really deep card for me, and I'm sure everybody. Yes, life has offered you moments of pain, hardship, and suffering, moments that failed to meet expectations. It may have broken your heart, stolen both innocence and joy, or silenced your laughter. Has that pain and disappointment silenced the child within you? Or worse still, has it given rise to a wounded ego that has made you harder than is necessary? Do you not let past disappointments and personal failures lessen your ability to trust in yourself and others? Do not allow them to make you cynical and skeptical or hard and unyielding. Do not, do you know, or do you now believe that laughter and play are a waste of precious time that should be invested in more serious pursuits? They are not. The play and the laughter is to live in the moment. The result transports and transforms us and can literally change our state of mind and lift our spirits. Laughter and play bring healing. The child who speaks of your past is asking that you forgive those moments. It is time to take delight once more, to share, to smile, to laugh over the good memories, and to reconnect with those innocent pleasures that gave you such joy. That is a deep word. I really, as I always say, we're all the kids by the side of the road. You know, all of us have traumatic experiences in our life, whether it was something really traumatic outside the family, inside the family, not parents not paying attention, one more attention, whatever it may be. That was most of us. That was a lot of us. And the inner child is very important. That's why I keep saying we've been playing a game, and I keep forgetting, but I'm trying to remember because this is really important that we play with our inner child, that we bring our inner child out, and we practice manifesting. And that's like the leprechaun in the pot of gold, you know. The leprechaun knows the pot of gold is there, but he's playing. He's got the rainbow and he's drawing and he's going through the motions to get to the pot of gold. Um, we're gonna get our rainbow and we're gonna have our pot of gold. And we just have to keep that in mind and we have to play. We have to manifest. So what we've been doing And it's starting to get up. I mean, there was like, I don't know, 400 people looked and 17. There's that great number, that beautiful letter, cue the card. 17 people had liked, and I hope that they just manifested something. I know you like me. I know some of you really like me and love me. And I had a beautiful gratitude comment today that this beautiful person found me, and she needed it like I need it, like all of us need it. If you find me, there's a reason. There's no coincidences. And I don't ask anything. So this is nothing for me. I mean, I came on because I needed to come on. I came on because I said to my husband, I had a mission. I have a mission to help people, uh, like I helped myself, like I went through it, the dark night of the soul, meditation. I didn't do any of this stuff 5 years ago. I was a dreamer. I dreamt things and they happened. I seen things and they happened, but I didn't understand it. And then I started feeling energies of people, like negative energies, good energies, sick energies. I can't go into a nursing home or a hospital. I pick up every energy in there. It just overflows me with just negative energy. I couldn't wear the mask. I was claustrophobic about it. I couldn't have that over my face. And when my husband was in the hospital, I went like this and I held it out. I couldn't even have it over my face. It was traumatic. I only did it in the hospital, and I couldn't even go visit him because I couldn't stand it. So, and the 6 feet apart, that's so you can't connect to anybody anymore. That's pulling away from everybody. So there was a lot of things that really freaked me out. And I watched people just going with the motion, like Simon says, do this, Simon says, do that. And I'm like, nah, I don't like that game. You know, I didn't hear the Simon Says. I'm just gonna do my own thing and I'm gonna watch what the hell they're doing. And you know what? It was like, okay, now is the time to hit my soul family and get and tell them what the hell is going on and what we need to do. And this is why I'm here. And I'm gonna put it bluntly. I don't mix words. You're either gonna love me or you're gonna hate me, either or. Your energy might not match mine. So if you don't feel anything and your frequency isn't jiving with me, I'm cool with it. I'm okay. Not everybody will like me. Not everybody will love me. But I love everybody. I really do. I'm trying to help everybody I possibly can get out, and maybe they can get out and they can help somebody. So this is why I'm here. But this card really, whew, with that other card, the perfection card, and then the inner child card, and that is the purest form of love in the heart. That is the Christ consciousness. That is telling me, whew, that's a message. That is the divine message, the number one. The I am, the all there is and all there ever was, is the purity of the child. It's amazing. And what we got with that as a clarifier from the Oceanic Tarot is we've been getting this a lot. Find it, surprise you. I'll do my inner child. Boop. The Ace of Pentacles. Prosperity. You know, once we pull this ego trip and look away from the imperfections and look at them as the beautiful magical whole, okay, and motivate ourselves to do that with the motivation card, with the divine message, the Three of Wands, the three of the Trinity, okay. This is the purity of the Christ consciousness within the inner child. And this is the prosperity that that brings, the inner child. Because once you find that, you will have your balance. You will have your masculine, feminine, inner child. You're balanced. And that child card, re-listen to that, because that is where we are. That is part of the dark night of the soul. And I kind of explained it to everybody, he doesn't like it when I call it the dark night of the soul. He thinks that sounds evil. It's not that kind of evil. Okay, let's use our different perception. The dark night of the soul is you releasing everything that child card just said, all that dark, negative, past, release it. And remember the beautiful, joyful things that happen. We all, and all of us do this. I love to describe things with my hands. I'm a hand person. Okay. I try to catch myself doing that because I don't want to be like, anyway, that is when we get to our Nasara Jasara. That we have to work on ourselves. There's some things that are happening around that we don't understand, that we might think, well, that's not good. Well, that's not good. Who's in charge? We're going to start seeing stuff. We're going to start seeing more and more and more. It's going to come flowing out. And there was a lot of interesting things that were said. So I'm going to keep going because this is an amazing reading so far. And so far I've cried, and I love my soul family, my familia. I love them. Okay. When I get together with you guys, I always just let myself go. And I've been taking this thing because I have a problem with my finger, and I've been taking this said something like a steroid, and I'm like, I don't want to gain weight, blah. And he said, just take it for 14 days because I have this problem with my thumb really bad. And I started taking it, and I'm like sitting out here, and I'm taking breaks, and I'm going, and we have the air on and everything. And my husband, he has neuropathy, so he gets cold. And I'm like dying, and he's like, you're going through the change. I'm like, no, I'm not. I just started taking medicine, and I'm dying now. And I looked, and these steroids make you have hot flashes. So I'm going to quit taking it tomorrow. I'm done with that. I can suffer with my thumb. It's okay. I always give myself something that I can't handle anyway. I don't like medicine, so uh, I forgot all about this because it was so late when I did this at midnight, and then I got busy and stuff. I had to write them all down because I got so many to come out. And I didn't realize the cards that actually came out the way they did, because we got the 11 of fire, the masculine and feminine. And that's what I just said. We need the masculine, the feminine, and the inner child. And we're complete, we're balanced. And that's when Source brings us our prosperity, because we are balanced with the flow of motivation and letting go of the ego and being the perfect, magical us. So far, I love this reading. Oh my goodness. I did not realize this reading was this good when I did it. Because, a lot of times I'm tired. And when I do these readings and stuff, I try to pull the cards at midnight so I can wait for the next day. So I get more energies of that day. And I get really tired because we've had a busy life since the hurricane. So I get really tired. And sometimes I pay attention to them when I'm writing them much so I can remember how they come out. But then I don't think about them for a while. And then when they come out, it's like, wow, I believe I had that. So I can't believe I had the masculine and feminine. Put aside gender stereotypes. We are both masculine and feminine. Masculine energy serves to protect. Feminine energy serves to nurture. Too much of one, not enough of the other. Time to evaluate and realign. Allow the energy to increase and ebb. Embrace the energy that best suits your needs. The 11 of fire is a balancing and realigning card. It symbolizes the importance of balancing our masculine and feminine energies, and to remind us we are and will always be a mix of both. Our physical gender is irrelevant. The 11 of fire asks that we look beyond physical gender stereotypes to how we respond and react to day-to-day experiences. On an energetic level, our masculine aspect serves to protect self and others, while our feminine aspect serves to nurture self and others. In a simplistic society, a typical male will embody a more masculine energy than feminine. They are characteristically more aggressive and forceful, but also very protective of those they feel are in need of protection. However, they are more apt to use physical force and aggression to protect. A typical female, however, will embody more feminine energy than masculine. They are characteristically more passive and yielding, and while possessing the same desire to protect the vulnerable, they will generally use diplomacy and dialogue in order to determine an option that avoids conflict. Yeah, we do. I avoid conflict any way I can get. My husband is impatient. He's ready to tell somebody off that's doing something stupid. And I'm going, just calm down. You don't know what kind of day they had, blah, blah, blah. I'm tired. So, yeah, I see that. I see that. That is true. Let's see. Gender stereotypes are often one-dimensional and are rarely accurate, especially when we are discussing masculine and feminine energies as opposed to man and woman. It can become even more problematic to assign specific attributes to either gender when there are many men who identify as female and women who identify as male. When it comes to the masculine feminine energy, we all have both, regardless of our physical gender or the gender we have assigned ourselves, and this energy is expressed in how we behave and act. It influences all that we do. Masculine energy is active, impatient, assertive, creative, aggressive, forceful, protective, logical, analytical, and controlling. Feminine energy is inactive, calm, retiring, receptive, passive, yielding, nurturing, emotional, intuitive, and allowing. Masculine energy motivates us to focus upon our personal needs and self, while feminine energy motivates us to think of others and their needs. Again, regardless of the gender, a person who is energetic and proactive is embracing masculine energy, while a person who is calm and passive is embracing feminine energy. Neither is instructical, good or bad, but if an imbalance is present, it can be evident in our action and give rise to destructive behavior. An imbalance can occur when we have too much of one and not enough of the other all the time. Too much of one without enough influence from the other can create a very discordant and destructive mix. But what is the right mix? This is not about having equal parts of both, but about having a harmonious blend that is suited to your lifestyle and personal goals and needs. If you are not assertive enough, you may need to embrace more masculine energy. If you are overly assertive to the point where others are always intimidated by you, then consider embracing a little more feminine energy and softening your approach. An aggressive approach or method is sometimes required in order to break from the old and make way for the new. But aggressive methods don't always have to be violent. To be forceful is not always indicative of physical force being used. Masculine and feminine energy should be allowed to flow and ebb as it is needed. Like fire flickering and dancing, you add less fuel if you want things to cool, and more fuel if you want things to heat up. Enough heat gives rise to creative, productive energy, but too much heat can burn both you and others. Cooling things a little gives rise to a nurturing warmth, but too little fuel and the fire could go out completely. The 11 of fire symbolizes an opportunity to take a moment to evaluate your life and ask yourself whether you need to embrace a little more masculine or feminine energy in your day-to-day activities and relationships. Do you need to step up and be a little more assertive or proactive? Does something or someone need your protection? Are you not nurturing yourself or others enough? Are you being overly analytical instead of heeding your intuition? Are you allowing impatience to get the better of you? When your situation calls for calm and compromise, are you choosing a path of inaction when you need to embrace one of action in order to manifest the changes you need? Pause for a moment, evaluate, and bring your masculine and feminine energies back into a harmonious alignment with your life and your needs. Yeah, that is very important. When we are imbalanced with our masculine, feminine, and our inner child, you can see we are out of balance. One will have compassion, too much compassion. One won't have enough. And what I'm seeing is people that didn't have enough are starting to get the compassion, and the people that had too much compassion are starting to get the strength. So we're trying to balance ourselves out, but we're not there yet. And as they say, we're not there yet. I mean, you can't make this crap up. These people can't even say anything. They're asked the question like, well, they're not there. Well, we're there, and we're watching you're there, and we're not happy with the there. So it's time to quit there, and then tell the truth. Truth will set you free, right? Right. So do something out of the box that you normally don't do, and try to bring your masculine and feminine into balance together. And work on that, But make sure you hit the likey button, and we're calling it the magic manifestation button. We've talked about that. Playing this game, I keep forgetting to tell everybody. Playing this game that when you come in, manifest something significant in your life. Nothing crazy, just something that you can play with when you're meditating and keep saying it. And my husband said it out loud twice, and it's come true. And I keep telling him, manifest it out loud if that's what's happening. If you're saying, I would really love, that's what he said, I would really love to have this. And he set it out in the ether. And within 1 or 2 days, you got it. But practice with something small, like I need $20 for gas by next Friday, or I wish a friend would call, I haven't talked to in a long time, or something significant but small, and practice with that and gradually go up. Come back in the comments, tell us about your experience. I read all the comments. I absolutely love them, and I'm so grateful for every one of you. So I've been blabbing all night. I've had so much to talk about, and so much has happened. So I'm going to get back into the cards. We got the number 2, the maiden. And the maiden is follow your dreams, discover your passions, focus on self-discovery, address self-imposed limits and restrictions, increase independence, seek your own answers, release feelings of fear and abandonment, craving attention, needing rescue, expressing goals and desires, be true to self, acting with empathy. Now, with this, we want to be true to self. This is maiden is kind of almost like the inner child going on a journey. It's like the inner child that has leveled up in wisdom and is now the inner teenager, whether it's male or female. There are 2 little girls. So there's pink, which is love. And that's showing me the pink roses are love, friendship. The bunny, white bunny, is love. Okay. And she is all love. She's got the butterfly right up here at her hand, and she's got the flowers in her hair. And she's just enjoying the day. And this one has the hummingbird right there, and the light and the pink all around. And the pink is not for a girl. The pink is for the purity and the love, purity of the maiden and the child. We have to have that purity. If we have too much masculine and feminine, okay, we have too much one. Say we're too cryy and compassionate and want to help everybody and get ripped off all the time. Okay, there's a woman that's just compassionate and just all feminine with no masculine there to have a backbone. But okay, we have, like, say, a woman or man that doesn't take nothing but helps people, but doesn't take anybody ripping them off. That's something that has the feminine, the need that she'll serve, and the masculine where they're not going to put up with anything that you're going to do. They're going to help you with your needs, but they're not going to be taken advantage of. But then these 2 are the pure at heart. This is the inner child, and this is the leveling up in the wisdom of the maiden card coming out as the inner child. These are really good cards because the maiden walks an unfamiliar path, but does so with confidence and grace. She has been taught by those around her that it is not selfish or conceited to follow her dreams and activities, work to manifest her goals and desires. She does so without needing permission from anyone. Much like her male counterpart, the youth, the modern maiden, is not afraid to ask questions, challenge the answers, and be the adventurous explorer. But while the youth explores new horizons, the maiden explores herself. The maiden is equally interested in first discovering and then nurturing her interests and increasing her self-knowledge and exploring her waking sexuality and her adulthood. I mean, she is exploring everything about herself. She forms relationships with healthy boundaries and expresses her innocence, pride, and confidence. When she chooses to take a lover for the first time, it will be done without shame or fear of judgment. If she chooses to remain alone, it is not because she believes herself to be undesirable, but because she does not believe that she needs a lover in order to be happy or fulfilled. That's true because when I went through what I went through, I don't need anybody to fulfill me. I could probably be okay with living on my own now. With 7 years ago, no way. 10 years ago, absolutely not. Now, I probably could because I love myself, not ego love, the love, the God love. I was God smacked. Let's just put it that way. And we can call God source, the all there is, the all there ever was, the I am, whatever we want to call our creator. Let's not be crazy about a name. I don't think there is a name, to tell you the truth. Okay. The maiden card is one of the youthful confidence, empowering, and increasing independence. She is fertile, but uses the fertile nature to create, express, and explore. She is on a journey of self-discovery, focusing on learning more about who she is and what makes her happy. And she knows that her exploration in the present will give rise to a future self who knows what she wants from life and is not afraid to make it happen. The maiden was expected to do as she was told and be true to the expectations of family and society. The maiden chooses to begin the journey towards self-awareness and empowerment. That is a great metaphor. We were expected to be something. We were told to be something. But the maiden made a choice to begin a journey of self-awareness and empowerment. So she is not looking on the outside for her answers. She's looking at self and she's empowering herself. This has been an amazing message for me too, because I bawled like a baby earlier. That child card really got to me. And with the maiden, we got the magician, and that's the manifestation. I keep telling everybody, please hit the likey magic manifestation button. Make a manifestation. Just do it. That way I can know that you guys are like playing with the maiden, the boy, the girl, whatever it is. Don't put sex into this. And the inner child and balancing the masculine, feminine, because we're going to get ready for this. We're going to start manifesting. We are co-creators. Everybody says, "Oh, y'all think you're gods." No, we don't think we're gods. We're co-creators. It says it in their Bible. They had to write a lot of truths. There is a lot of good truths in the Bible. We are going to learn that the religion and spirituality can be combined in beauty, not devilish and evil. Because if you think about it, this is like a eureka moment because I just thought about this. When you read the Old Testament, it has all kinds of villains and craziness and rituals and psychotic and weird and scary stuff. It scares the crap out of you. Okay. Okay, now we got a tarot deck, or oracle deck, whatever it is. But I'm channeling messages from the I am, from God. That my ancestors, my spirit guides, everybody. We all do. And we're showing these and they see something like, oh my God, that's evil. Have you ever read the Old Testament? That's the scariest story I've ever heard. I mean, some of it, not all of it, but a lot of it. So we can't judge a book by its cover. And we have to look at our perception, step back and relook at it. Okay. Because the earth cards and the oracles are going to be earthly creatures. Hello. It's just like every fairy tale and story you've ever heard, but this is reality because this is mystery school and earth school. This is things that happened in our past or our past life or another dimension or something. Because things that I've seen now, I started writing a book back in 1985. I never finished it, but it was all about things like this. I already seen things like this. And then I had the dream about 2 years ago about the book that I seen. So I did see the Crystal City. I've been there. And we can manifest. And this is what this is trying to tell us. This is so important, guys. I mean, my soul family, I would not steer you wrong. There's nothing I'm getting off of this. I'm here to help everybody to find peace and to manifest the beauty that we all need. Every one of us. We're all going. We're all going on a journey together. This is our time to shine. It really is. The oceanic magician is the commander of the deep. He calls forward the dolphins, seahorses, sharks, and sea turtles. These are the four creatures of the minor arcana. On his table are the four traditional suits emblems, the cup, wand, swords, and pentacles. His left palm is open, showing he is a manifester or alchemist, one who weaves magic with the energies of spirit, the earth, and the ocean. The magician looks directly into your eyes to ask, what can you make happen? All the conditions for your future success are perfect. So now is the right time to take action. You have the resources and talent to attract whatever you want, from a new relationship to a business enterprise, project, or trip. Above all, the magician sees you in the creative flow of life, full of energy and purpose. Communication speeds up when the magician appears, so you may find you're talking and texting more than usual and at work. Present your ideas. You'll also find that others support your efforts. The time is now. Take action and you will find success. Yeah. Communication, energy, creativity, travel, money, support, new enterprises. We're all going on a new direction. We're just not there yet, but we're getting there real soon. And I think, we got about 9 months till the election. I think we're going to have the Black Swan event way before that. I think the Black Swan event is going to be real soon, like like this month. I'm hoping. I'm prepared. Get some water, get some supplies, be ready for at least 2 or 3 weeks of enjoying a movie and a documentary that's played 24/7, 7 days a week for a while. So we all learn, but get ready. Okay, now we did the maiden. We're on the journey. We know the manifestation. We know that that is very important. But now, what is next? What would be next that we really need to pay attention to? These are great cards. I mean, these messages came out so sweet. It was scary. We got another number 11, which is another master number. That masculine feminine was a master, which really needs to be paid attention to, okay? The maiden and the child were minor arcanas. Okay, so those are ones to pay attention to. Four of water was just a regular card, but that had the Three of Wands with it, which is a divine message. So every card that we've got, just about, the Magician was number 1. We got a number 11, body and mind. And this is the 11 of air. This is be open-minded and questioning. You are only limited by your mind. Be discerning. How is your mind affecting your body? How is your body affecting your mind? Facts are certainties. Opinions are not facts. We can only change ourselves. Okay. We got to remember that people are telling you something, but it's their opinion. Unless it's a fact, they can prove, like, say, I tried, oh, I've been using, let's say I've been using castor oil on my hair to make it grow, or on my eyebrows to make them grow. It will work. On my back with a heating pad to help my arthritis or something, and it will work because I've tried it. Like, that is proof and a fact that, and you're not lying, people, to make money, okay? But that is a fact that it happened because you experienced it. Say I videotaped it and I did a heating pad with castor oil and I was able to walk, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not making any money. I'm not making any momentary nothing. And I'm telling you this. And you try it and you're like, oh my God, it is a fact. That's a fact. But an opinion is like me saying, God, I think you're such a jerk. That's my opinion. Somebody else might think you're Mr. or Mrs. Wonderful. That's their opinion. So remember that. That's not a fact. That's something to hurt somebody's feelings because you really just don't like them, and that's okay because my energy just didn't match with yours, and that's okay. So this is a great, and this has the 2 masks too. If you look at this card, it's got 2 masks and self in the middle. And this is all like the Matrix right here. This is like ding, 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 source energy. What is reality and what is imagined? What is fact and what is fiction? Can that which dwells within the mind have an effect on the body? And can the physical body affect the state of mind? The 11 of air symbolizes a need to keep a healthy understanding of the relationship between mind and body, the power each can have over the other. It symbolizes being able to differentiate between fact and opinion and to make room for the imagination within our realities, while still embracing a little bit of reality within our imaginations. This may be a challenging card for some because the eyes can only see what the mind is willing to conceive. So the more rigid the mind, the more difficult it is to accept how much influence and power the mind and body have over each other. If the mind is unwilling or limited, then understanding is difficult and acceptance is sometimes circumstances may be impossible. We all know someone who, no matter how many times they are offered facts, not opinions or theories, still cannot believe unless they witness it for their own eyes or experience it personally. And even then, they still might not believe it. They are complete skeptics. Then there are others who are open to everything and question nothing. They would believe you if you were to tell them that you did not see a blue sky above, but instead saw a pink one. Yes, there are actually people who see and perceive colors differently, but this person is so open-minded that they would not consider that a lie is offered. They would not question, even willing to believe in the good of others, that they accept everything offered, whether it be true or deceptive. Their willingness to trust and follow blindly gets them into just as much strife as those who find it difficult to believe in anything beyond their own experiences. The 11 of air appears to remind us that somewhere in the middle of the two is a better way to be. Strive to be open-minded and questioning. Sometimes a little skepticism and discernment can serve to protect you from making foolish mistakes and following blindly. as you are led off a cliff. On the other hand, believing only in facts, the reality that you experience with our physical sense can close you off to reaching your fullest potential. You may limit yourself and what you can accomplish because achieving goals and living your dreams requires a belief in something more than just tangible. When the 11 of air appears in your cards, it also asks that you look at the impact your beliefs might be having upon your body and the impact your lifestyle and diet might be having on your mind. The mind can and does have amazing power over the body. Some Tibetan monks and Indian yogis have become so skilled at using meditation to manipulate their bodies that they can control blood pressure, body temperature, heart rate, and more. People with multiple personality disorders have been known to have personalities that have completely different health statuses. They can have one personality that physically needs glasses in order to see properly, and another that does not. There are some with personalities that exhibit a range of physical health issues, such as high blood pressure and diabetes, but other personalities that have no health issues at all. And these differences have been witnessed, recorded, and studied by both medical practitioner and scientists alike. It is a fact that the mind can alter the body. How is your mind affecting your body? In the same way, the mind can alter the body. The body can also alter the mind. Researchers now show that if the body is unhealthy, for example, there are issues within the gut, such as GERD, candida, irritable bowel syndrome, and Crohn's disease. The mind, too, can be affected. Imbalances within the gut can lead to depression, anxiety, irritable hyperactivity, and inability to focus or concentrate, and memory lapse. Pain and inflammation can also have similar effects upon the mind, especially if they impact on the ability to sleep. How is your body affecting your mind? It is important to understand that what you believe in your mind can have an impact on your body. And what you do to your body can have an impact on your mind. Just like the Indian yogis and Tibetan monks, you have it within you to have so much more control that you might believe. And sometimes the biggest changes can be made just by learning to see a positive lesson within a negative experience, or telling yourself that you can and will instead of you can't and shouldn't. You can do almost anything you set your mind and body to do. The 11 of air also addresses the subject of fact and opinion and discerning between the two. We all have opinions, and those opinions may be valid if based on knowledge and a personal experience. But opinions and facts are not the same thing. A fact is something that has been proven to be true, and the truth is based in certainty and consistency. It is a fact that night follows day. It is a fact that we live on a planet that is made up of oceans and land masses. It is a fact that rain falls from the sky. It is a fact that rainbows are created when light shines through water particles. A fact for something that cannot be disputed. An opinion can be disputed. For example, it is an opinion that all dogs have fleas. A dog owner might have had many dogs, and all of those dogs may have had fleas, but this does not make the statement that all dogs have fleas factual. It is his opinion, based on his personal experience. The fact is that not all dogs have fleas. Some do and others don't. The 11 of air asks you to be wise to the differences. When offering information to others, be sure that what you offer is fact. Be clear when you are offering opinions based on your personal experience, but might be truth to you, might not be truth for someone else. Don't get caught up in a game of I am right and you are wrong. When you are basing your arguments on opinions, facts are certainties, while opinions might be true for the individual, but can be subject to dispute when looked at from the perspective of another. A wee note should be also made of the difference between something that has been proven to be fact and something that is theological. A theory to great extent, but it must always be remembered that theories are based upon, can be based and can be proven to be factual. It is only a guess. We can theorize all that we want, but we should be careful not to offer theories and conjectures and facts. Our minds, our imaginations are amazing creative tools. With our minds and imaginations, we have the ability to shape our reality and to create our reality, but that reality is also shaped by absolute. The 11 of air asks us not to become so lost in our imaginings that we forget reality. Instead, we do best to remember that there needs to be a proactive harmony and acceptance of both. We can literally change our minds, and in doing so, alter our physical state, but we do so within a physical reality that is full of certainties that we have no control over. We can only control ourselves and our perception of the world. When you differentiate between what is factual about your own mind and self and what is simply theory or opinion-based belief, you can change what is within both so that your mind and body are one and not working against each other. You can see that a true fact is a fact and rarely changed, while opinions change all the time, irrespective of the facts, and can exist side by side with contradictory truths because they are often based on our perception and understanding as opposed to reality. Like the other 11 cards, the 11 of air is a balancing and realigning card. It is, if it appears within your reading, it does so in order for you to determine if there is an imbalance at play and suggests that you meditate upon the subject. Yeah, we are all right now out of balance. I mean, some of us are getting there, but I have my moments still that I go out of balance and I got to get myself back in. Okay, this has been a long reading so far, and I am not even close to being done. Okay, I got to quit talking so much. You guys are going to get sick of me blabbing. We got the 8 of Swords as a clarifier. We did not get a feminine masculine clarifier. It wouldn't come out. So we didn't need a clarifier with that. So I went on. The 8 of Swords is restriction. Now, the body, mind, and soul is what can restrict you. Remember that. Because these two masks right here and this person in the middle, it's all, it could be, yeah. Okay, the 8 of Swords. 8 means change, and the 8 sees you on the brink of that change as you realize the way you're being restricted by your circumstances at work, in a relationship, or a project. The card often shows a relationship is on lockdown because one of you is not free to make a commitment. An additional meaning is being bound by too much responsibility. Get practical and see that you are in control of your own future, regardless of what others think. You can free yourself by being less tolerant of the demands of others. Separation, fear, burdens, lack of vision, being stuck, responsibility, and change. Yeah, our body can stick us very easily with our thought patterns. So then we got another visitor, another arcana card. We got the 5, the Father. And the Father is a great message for us because the other day, it was Sunday, we got the Mother. We got a lot of feminine. That tonight we're getting a lot of masculine. The center of power within a family unit, a time for decisive action, a source of strength, not fear. What did your father teach you? Set up and take charge. Guided instruction and inspire confidence. Be interested and supportive, not critical. The buck stops with you. Fulfill your obligations, allow others their autonomy. Share all tasks and responsibilities. Step out of the Stone Age. The Father card appears. It will take you back to childhood. This message will be influenced by your relationship that you had with your own parents and how it has shaped their perception, your perception of self and world around you. While the father is often depicted as a very gender-specific archetype, both father and mother play a defining role in how strong this aspect of self is within the individual. Was your father an approachable man who was actively present and interested in your life? Did he express an interest in the lives of his wife and children? Or was he a distant provider who went off to work and came home to clean and order the house, where a hot dinner was waiting and children were seen and not heard? Was your father a loving man who hugged you close, carried you on his shoulder, and bandaged your knee when you fell down? Did he build sandcastles with toy dozers and share a cup of tea with Teddy? Or was he stern, distant man who interacted little, offered praise only for accomplishments, and meted out punishment when you disobeyed or broke his rules? My father was more of the uh working man, was always gone working, but he was very loving. He was a very loving father when he had to be. He was very distant. He had his own life going on and he didn't want kids. He had a mission, and his mission was stalled by falling in love with my mother that wanted kids. How did your father interact with your mother? My father loved my mother with everything. My father showed me how to treat a woman and how a woman treats a man. And then you get into reality, and that's not there. They don't exist anymore like that. The woman's angry and the man's angry. Everybody's angry, and it's a he said, she said thing, and nobody wins. It's a lose-lose situation, unfortunately. Um, just as with the mother card, the father is asking you to look at your relationship with your parents as it plays a defining role in shaping you. If your father was absent from your life, your mother must have had served for both parent. Yeah, we're not going to read the father because we know what the father is. It's telling you you have to listen to your ancestors right now. There's a lot of things going on, and there was a lot of good fathers in the world. And I'm sure in one life you must have had a good father, because then we got the recovery, the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords, now is the time for a break, which may be choice or imposed upon you as you take time away from work, a relationship, or a stressful commitment. This quiet time is necessary and an opportunity to look after yourself, rest, recuperate, and enjoy a gentler pace of life. The four also shows that some plans go on hold. Accept that this is how things need to be just now. You will make progress when the time is right. Inaction, time away, taking a relationship break, healing, peace, stillness, and rest. That's meditation. That's going within. That's what we really need to do right now, because that will give us all the answers we need on a daily basis. And after we got the father and the recovery, we got the Five of Earth, the trickster, which I didn't like, because the trickster is an easy opportunist, easy money, deception, unnecessary risk, addition, blame. Avoid easy answers. Think twice about taking risks. Something is not as it seems. Be honest with yourself. You are accountable. Do you gamble with another's future? Consider the feeling of others. Look beyond selfish desire and blame. Yeah, this is the trickster, and I always say that. If you look at this card, he's offering her the spades. He's offering up the deck, and she doesn't want no part of this guy. He's up to no good, and we've got to really watch out for characters like that right now, because when we're going in recovery, we are vulnerable to things like this. When we're recovering from all this stuff, something like this is our weak spot, because we are in so much disarray right now, as she is, and he's offering her something. So be careful with that card. Then we got the Five of Water, and okay, wait, I got the trickster. I got the Eight of Cups on the trickster. I'm gonna skip one. And that's change. And this is going to change. The recovery, the father, what would the father and the mother do? Because we got the mother the other day. I'm going to use her too. And here's the recovery, but here's the trickster. Are we going to recover from this? Yes, we are, because there's going to be a change. It's time to take your leave, and this is exactly the right time to move on. You may have already left a relationship, home, job, or other commitment at an emotional level, so there's little drama or moral struggle to contend with. As you say a quiet goodbye, you are ready for change. The card can also reveal a journey or change scene, such as going on vacation or taking short trips. Follow your heart and go forward. Ending, departure, journeys, movement, transition, travel, and vacation. That's what she's doing. She is transitioning away from this. She's backing off and she's going to change. Those are good cards. It was that trickster moment. We have to watch out for people like that, because the next one we got was the 5 of water, and we got 5, 5, 5. And we know that's change. The 5 of water is a gentle reminder that while it's okay to feel hard done by now and again, and to allow ourselves to be swept up in one of life's many dramas, it does not serve us well to embrace a victim mindset on a long-term or permanent basis. There comes a time when we must unlock the emotional chains that bind us and walk free of them. The 5 of water may be asking us whether the moment that we have bound ourselves to have passed, and if so, to accept that what is done cannot be undone. Therefore, it may be time to stop gnashing our teeth, wailing and moaning and pointing fingers, for continued self-pity is likely to do nothing more than alienate others and hamper our potential. Remember, as always, that we play a part in every situation. We make choices, both passive and active, that influence every outcome that manifests. New and different choices can be made in the present. Choose to move forward. The 5 of water advises us not to be a slave to the emotions and moments that no longer serve. It's time to stop feeling sorry for ourselves. Yeah, I see a lot of that, and we all do that because we all feel sorry for what's going on in our world because it's so hard. And we have to have emotion, but we can't stay in the, I'm going to pray for source. I'm not gonna pay attention to anything over here that's beautiful. I'm just gonna stay in my wallow, in my self-pity. That's what that is. And we got the 3 of Cups with that, which is that is a divine message also. Because if we can get out of the self-pity, we can go into the 3 of Cups, the reunion. You gather together with friends and family to celebrate. So this 3 predicts weddings, parties, reunions, and precious time with the people you love who make you feel like your true self. Their company is uplifting, fun, and replenishing. If you're single and looking for love, there may also be an opportunity for a flirtation, or if you're working on a creative project, now is the time to get into the zone. Be carefree, enjoy the company of those who make you laugh. Celebrate friendship, healing, fun, flirtatious, indulgence, and creativity. Yeah, that's the divine message. We've got to get through all the baggage. We've got to work on all the stuff that's bothering us, that keeps us up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and that blocks us from having those beautiful experiences, you know. The next card that we got, let me find it, was the 6 of air. And the 6 of air is a time of research and investigation. Look at and compare a range of options. Weigh the pros and cons. Be willing to compromise. Don't let rigidity hamper possible success. A moment of epiphany. I can't even pronounce that. It's 3:44 in the morning here, though, on Thoth Tuesday. Step into your personal power. Do not discredit what others offer. The six of air symbolizes a bad habit of making comparisons in a diverse manner that separates and creates an used versus them situation. When the six of air appears reversed, it is cautioning you to be more embracing of others' differences and warns not to fall under the trap of judging others because they think you or believe in a different way than you. It comes to remind you that we are all different and that the one thing that we all have in common is just that we are all different. Every single person has a belief totally unique to themselves, shaped by their own experiences and knowledge. Don't be too quick to discredit what another has to offer just because their perspective and perception is different to your own. Yeah, I agree with that completely. Okay, now we've got the clarifiers, the 15, the vortex, the temptation. Caught in a vortex spinning out of control, a mermaid and merman reach for the ocean surface, struggling against an unfavorable force. They cannot see the source of the vortex. It may be a storm at sea, a hurricane, or a cyclone, but its power over them feels absolute. Yet the waters outside the funnel of the vortex, a symbol of emotional turmoil, appear calm and unaffected by their struggle. The vortex reveals that you have become trapped. You may be enslaved by a job, a financial contract, or love and lust. A common meaning of the vortex is affairs. This situation means you feel you have little power and that another person or other parties have control over you. You may be feeling attracted to a person or situation that will do you no good. For this reason, an additional meaning of the vortex is addiction to substance or to love itself. However, your bondage is an illusion. You can decide to break free whenever you choose. If you decide it's time to break an agreement or habit, to do it, it will be easier than you think. Don't let your circumstances dictate who you are. Take back your power. Choices, contracts, control, power, affairs, restriction, and addiction. Yeah. The air sign is that, take back your power. I mean, we have to take back our power. Now, the last card, wow, we had a lot of cards. The last card, I guess it was because I didn't do it yesterday on Magical Monday. It missed us. Is the Nine of Air. I had a lot of air, and this is self-awareness, universal consciousness, understanding, insight, vision, imagination, fantasy, and creativity. Open to possibilities. Possibilities are infinite. Know thyself and know the universe. What dwells within you dwells within nature. Belief creates. All that exists was first imagined. Fantasy is the birthplace of reality. You were born to create. Imagine your fears away. Yeah, this is imagination. This is all about the life. Would that not create a universe that is a little more than constant and conductive to life? This is it. This is all the energy that we have going on. This is the golden dagger of light. This is the lotus flower that goes into the heart. Her hands are lit up with fire energy, air. She's amazing. Her body's crystalline. Look at that. That's where we need to be. We need to forgive and release things. Now, the card that we got with that was growth, and that's what we need to do. It's the Ace of Wands, and it's growth. Step into your power, invent, talk, and create. Whatever you say now will be well received. Beginnings, intuition, adventure, ideas, creativity, success, and fertility. Yeah, we're going into a new creation. We're going into a new time. It's our time to shine, and they will be taken care of. It will come out of everything they did to us, and they will be punished. Now we get the practical magic card. And this is a number 2. This is Lady of the Air. See, we've got a lot of air. I feel the winds of change, new beginnings. And you notice how she is golden with light. She's got the moon up here, crescent moon of light gold all around her, blue butterflies floating all around her with golden flowers in her hair. That was a song, golden flowers in her hair. She had joy, she had sun, she had seasons in the sun. But I don't know. I think it was Seasons in the Sun. I don't know why I'm thinking of Seasons in the Sun. Wow, that was weird. She had joy, she had fun, she had seasons in the sun. No, I'm gonna look at the words of that song later. I think we need to look at Seasons in the Sun. I don't remember who sang it, but it was a good song. It's kind of sad though. The energy of new beginnings is about moving forward, letting go of regrets and starting again, free of preconceptions and limitations. This energy supports being who you are now in this moment, not who you were in the past, and casting off judgment in order to become the person you want to be. This card invites you to embrace inspiration, attune yourself with the breath and life force of nature, and focus the power of your mind. It's time to decide what new aspirations you want to dream into being, whether it's new friendships, love, health, goals, projects, directions, a new career, life, and go after it. Whatever it is new beginnings hold the magic of a blank slate. So be open to all that is being offered to you at this time. When this card appears, it indicates that new opportunities surround you. Take advantage Take advantage of this and set your intentions. What do you want to bring into being? What do you want to change or do over? Once you are clear on your specific intentions, consider whether you have the emotional and physical space in your life for these goals to take root and flourish. If you don't, make some. To accept something new, you have to let go of what is holding you back. Self-doubt, old beliefs, preoccupation with the past, an unhealthy relationship, a disappointing job, an upsetting situation to create room for it. This may be a little uncomfortable. The old and familiar can be hard to break away from, and a fresh start can sometimes be disguised as a painful ending. But you are ready to embrace change, so acknowledge any loss you feel, then look for the silver lining and the opportunity for growth, and visualize how wonderful your life will be once you take action. Don't miss your chance for a new beginning because you are too busy or distracted to recognize it. And don't let it slip away through apathy and indecision. Be prepared to put in the work to make it happen. Then enjoy the rewards. So you are ready to embrace a new adventure. Do you have the courage to cast off the old so you can welcome the new? You don't have to wait until January 1st or a new month or even a Monday. You can choose to make a fresh start at any moment. You can choose a fresh start right now. Harness the potential and possibilities swirling around you. Sow the seeds of what you want to achieve, bless them with your energy and intent, and dedicate yourself to this process. New beginnings herald renewal and discovery. Grab them with both hands and celebrate with gratitude for hope they bring. I like that card. That is a beautiful message. And we are going to move on because it's getting really late. And by the time I go to bed, it'll be 5 o'clock in the morning by the time I load this. So you guys can have this tomorrow because I missed Magic Monday. But I hope you had a beautiful, wonderful, magical one. I had to get something cold and dying. Heat. Okay, now we got the first one we got was needs and necessity. And if you look at this card, it's got the yin and the yang symbol. It's got the eagle and the raven and the crow. Three very intelligent birds with the crescent moon and the sun on the other side. third eye, and the eagle above her head, which is the eyes of the eagle. Okay. Night and day exist within the very same moment. Creation and destruction wear the same face. You only see one or the other because you are not seeing the whole. What you may see as harmful, another may believe to be good. All is based upon perception. In nature, all occurs according to need and necessity, not right or wrong. Ask yourself, is there a genuine need to act? Is change necessary for your continued well-being and happiness? If the answer is yes, then act. If the answer is no, then don't act. Some people have a pretty good life. Some people don't. It all depends on where they took their life to. I mean, you can have a beautiful life and not a lot of money. You can have a horrible life with a lot of money, or the other way around. It all depends on how you're going to, what you're going to do with it. Now, the one we got was time to reflect. And we've got this a lot, and I think we really do need to do some reflecting. Have you been rushing along, living from one moment to the next without thought or care? Have you failed to notice and acknowledge all that you have achieved and accomplished? Stop, take a moment to pause and reflect upon all that has happened and all that is happening. See how you have grown. See all you have succeeded in accomplishing. Acknowledge the delight in your journey and understand how it has played a part in creating the you who lives in the present. Yeah, because I think most of us have more than what others think. Yeah, we talked to a gal today. She pays $700 a month in Tallahassee for rent. She's single and it's hard. She can hardly, she barely makes it. And then here's us owning our property and not paying a lot. But we can hardly make it too. I mean, it's hard on everybody. Doesn't matter what you got. It's how you survive. And she had a smile on her face. She looked really happy. The next card we got, do not fear the unknown. And he's got bells, and he looks like he's got raven feathers, and looks like he or she's blind. And the ugly is not always bad and evil, and the beautiful not always good and just. Failure is not predetermined, nor is it a given that others laugh at you if you choose to follow your dreams. It is your fears of the unknown that makes you question and judge. Do not let another's experience be the truth that guides you. Do not allow your fear of an unknown outcome to hold you prisoner. Your own experience could be both different and rewarding. Live. Uh, that was a great message, guys. Seriously. Okay, I gotta we still have a lot of cards. Jeez. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, now we've got the Angels and Ancestors Oracle, and we got Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. People are going through a lot of emotions right now. Be really careful and gentle. Use some of that feminine with this. People are really having a hard time. The emotions are running wild right now. Take time to understand how you really feel. Know that your sensitivity is not a curse, but a gift that allows you to receive and understand messages directly from your soul. Water is the element that is in your blood, your tears, your flesh. The water guardian represents the angels of water, who can help you dive within to understand the depths of your emotions. These angels are all about helping you see that your emotions aren't just the feelings that are on the surface. They're also the old emotions you may have locked deep within the shadows of your soul. Through helping you acknowledge your deepest emotions, the angels of water help you to hear the messages that I have for you and to unlock your intuitive powers and the energies of abundance. Your angels want you to know that it's okay to feel the emotions that are surfacing in you at this time. It doesn't matter if they are joyous or sad. They are powerful messages that allow you to understand what you want and need. Taking time to breathe and acknowledge them lets them flow through you rather than crashing down on you as an overwhelming wave. Note that there are also intuitive psychic messages arising in you at this time, and unless you acknowledge everything as it comes up, you may miss important guidance that can lead you to the support and love. Uh, yeah, because if I wouldn't have sat there and channeled that message tonight, I wouldn't have got it. We got the drum, and this is Dreams and Journey, and I have been having major dreams. Now, today I got woke up unexpectedly by my husband because we had to leave for Tally. So it interrupted the dream, and I know I was in this deep dream, but I can't remember it. I've been having a hard time when I woke up suddenly and I haven't been sleeping good to remember those dreams. We really need to try to remember our dream journey. And I realize when I'm not meant to bring it back, I'm not meant to bring it back because I'm doing work and mission and I might not be able to do that. The drum, the journey, the dream and journey inward to uncover insights and information that will be important for your path. Then follow the guidance. This drum is inspired by the sacred drum of the Sami, the indigenous people of northern Norway, Sweden, and Finland. In shamanic traditions, in all four corners of the world, the drum is recognized as the main tool used by medicine men and women to direct their will and aid meditation. A drum beat can become hypnotic and sense those listening onto an altered state that can allow them to journey to the spiritual realms and meet their guides. When the drum card appears in a reading, there are opportunities for you to dream or to bring an inner vision into reality. You are very connected to the other worlds. At this time, the wisdom and intelligence of Earth and her magic surround you. The drum, which echoes the sound of Mother Earth's heartbeat, has cleared the cobwebs and dust from your inner vision. What you have seen in your dreams and inner visions is not imagination, but guidance, particularly if it has been coming to you repeatedly and has the potential to become reality. Dreams come true, know it and live it. That's a great, I love that. And they do come true because I know I've had dreams come true. And this card, for some unknown reason, reminds me of Karate Kid. When he said patience, grasshopper, I always think, and that's not a grasshopper, that's a praying mantis. But I always think of that movie when he said that to him, because that was like the biggest thing in the movie. You know, he had to be patient while he was learning his craft, you know, what he does. Slow and steady, breathe and flow, take a gentler approach. Shalon monks practice Chan Buddhism and are masters of Kung Fu art and traditional Chinese medicine. Shalon medicine is about learning to adapt to a situation, to tap into the energy running through you, your body, and preserve it in order to release it at the right moment. It also teaches subtly because when you are too forceful, you use too much energy, and that may not be supportive of what you are working on. The Shalon master, like a monk, has respect for all things, despite her here holding a praying mantis, one of the forms of Shalon martial arts. He is disciplined and guided by his art and will never use it to impress the foolish or to appear stronger than someone who is threatening him. You too are being invited to remain graceful in your movement, choices, and actions. You're being guided to flow like water, blow like air, and connect with your purest intentions. Don't feel you need to rush ahead. A gentle approach will be more fruitful and rewarding. Move with subtle and grace. Reach high, but also ask yourself how you can move with the flow of life rather than pushing against it. Do you have the capacity to refocus your gaze at this time? Can you slow down or take more time to soften and breathe as you move forward? All of this will be incredibly beneficial for what happens next. Yeah, we have to control what is going on in our minds and how we feel. This has been an amazing reading, and I'm going to keep moving on because we have more amazing cards. We had a number 16, which is a 7. And oh, by the way, today is 3/5 of 2024, which is a 16, which is this number that we got on the Soul Helper Oracle. And it goes down to another number 7. And that's this card. And this card is an amazing. And wait till you hear this card. It's amazing. I love this card. Number 16, to conform is to die inside. Be brave and be yourself. Conforming can be a positive in certain situations. For example, when someone conforms out of politeness. This card has a warning for you, however. To live means to bravely follow your own path. Following the paths of others means, in a sense, dying, withering inside. You merely exist on the path of others, but you cannot live. You will find the light of your own life only on your own soul path. Recognize and acknowledge your lies and errors. It is a mistake to believe that you can please everyone and follow their wishes. It is impossible. You have been dazzled by the bright kaleidoscope of colors of those who rob you of your strength and your light, and you have lost yourself in them. You have conformed as a chameleon would, and you are making their renaissance and opinions your own. It is time to realize this and learn how to say no. It is time to have only your own colors in your life, to feel only your own happiness, to let your own light shine out. Inner life or inner death, which do you want and who are you? It is time to rebel, to start a revolution. Free yourself from your lower negative energies and decide who you want to be. The moment has also come to share with the world and those around you. Do not hesitate any longer. Your soul is speaking to you. Listen to your heart, to your feelings, and listen to your own truth. Your helpers for the next 21 days, the power animal is the tiger. The herbal essence is the tea tree oil. The healing crystal is the white agate, peace agate, and the number is 7. Let's see what the 7 brings. Boy, you might hit daylight here. Number 7 indicates that you should only trust the magic of your heart. You will be given the gift of light, of a light that makes a deep connection between you and the mystery of your life. Over the next few days, fill your soul path with love, even more than usual. Love every moment, love everything and everyone, and you will become the magic of your heart. The energy field of number 7 is like a gateway of light. It is death, birth, magic, light, and the completion of a stage in life. Number 7 brings new soul paths. Yeah, we are on a new soul path. That is the truth. And we're going to keep moving on because I need to go to bed sometime tonight. We've got the Divine Master. We got the Buddha, and we've been getting the Buddha, and that's the heightening awareness. Make peace with your thoughts and your world. And that's what we really need to work on. This is important. The Buddha starts his life as a mollycoddler prince, but one day he broke free from the palace grounds and was exposed to the harsh reality of life in the form of sickness, age, and death. It shook him to the core. Suffering was real. This set him on a spiritual adventure that would lead to leave behind all earthly pleasures in order to search for an end to all suffering in the world. Today, the Buddha is a spiritual master who is willing to help all beings move beyond fear and suffering. Even if you are not a practicing Buddhist, this amazing soul will help you reflect on your past and understand your present so you can reach a heightened state of awareness and stay connected to what is real and true. Do not fight the thoughts that disturb you, for when you fight your thoughts, you create a war in your mind. Your thoughts aren't your enemies. In fact, your mind is a neutral space that allows you to connect with both fear and love. When this card comes to you, you are being guided to know that when you experience fear, you have an opportunity to stand in love. When your fears appear in thought form, instead of fighting or running from them, be aware of them, acknowledge them, and realize that they are a part of you. Just like the Buddha, you have the ability to become one with all that is. When you see your fears and experience them with all your being, they can no longer have power over you. You see, you are only trapped by the prospect of fear and fear itself. Today, you have the opportunity to make peace with your thoughts in order to encounter more peace in the world. Yeah, we do really need to come to peace with our thoughts. And I'm going to move on. We've got the gateway of light activation. And we got inner earth, based chakra, strength and security, and laying the foundation. And this is a really important card. The base chakra, also known as the root chakra, is found at the base of the spine, and it is the energy center that governs our connection to the physical world and all of its lessons. This card transports us to the energetic gateway that connects us to this planet and everything that we have learned during our many lifetimes here. We are being given a powerful opportunity to root down and claim our right to be on the planet. To claim the truth that ultimately we are safe. In the image, there is a gateway below a giant tree. This realm is called the underworld. This is the spiritual realm visited by shaman journeys to collect energies, meet guardian beings, and reclaim parts of their power or the power of others that have been left behind. Know that if you are searching for parts of yourself, you have the opportunity to find them and build stable foundations. You have the right to feel grounded and safe and secure. You are becoming fully aware of what you need in order to feel safe and fulfilled. On planet Earth, know that it is part of the divine plan for you to be incarnated upon this planet now. And although at times you may felt unstable or what you have lost your way, you have been building up momentum to be where you are today. You are in a space where you can build powerful foundations, a space where you can lay out exactly what you need, who you need to be and what you need to be to flourish and grow. You have the opportunity to reclaim parts of yourself that you've buried deep within and reclaim gifts you've abandoned. If you are starting any project or are thinking about taking up something you've had on hold, now is the time. Okay, wait a minute. I got to reread that. If you are starting any projects or are thinking about taking up something you've had on hold, now is the perfect time. The seeds are sending roots deep in Mother Earth. You are held, you are supported. Yeah, we're planting seeds. That's why I had to reread that to understand exactly what it was saying. We are planting seeds right now. I am planting seeds of hope, love, and compassion, and learning, and educating, and teaching, and I'm learning and teaching. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, spreading seeds. I'm planting my garden. And we've got one more card, Human Spiritual Oracle. Love this card. And this is great. 34, number 7. Today's a number 7. Eat your words. This says doubt. Let me put this over. It says doubt, judgment, rude, yeah. And there's something else. Yeah. Doubt, judgment, and rude. So eat your words. Let's see what it's got to say. Hangry, Well, you better taste those words before you consume them. Sometimes all sorts of things come out of people's mouths. Maybe you think being snarky or rude is cute or funny, but here is the real. You never know what someone is going through. Everyone is going through something that is relative to them, and we never know quite how they will digest your words. A kind word can go a long way in the era of Karen and Ken's. So douse those words in sugar if you intend on eating them. Bitter words can make you cocky and gag. I love those cards. Those are great messages. Now, I have spent a beautiful night with my soul family, my familia, my Aloha 2024. We haven't got there yet. My beautiful people. Hit the like button. It's the magic manifestation button. Manifest. Come back, tell me. Share it. Share anything with me. I love it. I love your beauty. I'm very grateful for you all. And I love everybody. And may every step in your journey be magical. Guess what? Just be you.